Every summer, a boy would visit his grandfather, and the two of them would spend countless hours together. One morning, as they sat on the porch, the boy had a question that weighed on his mind. "Grandpa, how do I make the right decisions? I'm always confused about what to do. How do I know if I'm making the right choice?" The grandfather smiled, nodded, and then looked at the boy thoughtfully. "Ah, that's a very important question. Let me show you something." Grandpa stood up slowly and gestured for the boy to follow him. He led the boy to a quiet spot in the village where a small stream ran through the trees. It was a peaceful place, with the sound of flowing water and the birds chirping in the background. "See that stream?" Grandpa said, pointing to the water. "It's been flowing for as long as I can remember. It's never the same from day to day, but it always finds its way. Let me tell you something about making decisions." Grandpa looked down at the water and then turned to the boy. "Sometimes, life is like this stream. The water always moves forward, but it doesn't always have a clear path. Sometimes it's smooth, and sometimes it's rough. There are rocks in the way, branches that fall across it, and sudden turns. But it never stops moving forward." The boy watched the stream, intrigued by his grandfather's words. "So, you mean that life isn't always about having a perfect path? It's okay to face obstacles?" Grandpa smiled, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. "Exactly. When you make a decision, you can't always predict what's going to happen. You might not know what lies around the bend. But just like this stream, you have to keep moving forward, even when you face obstacles. Those obstacles aren't there to stop you. They're there to help you find new ways to keep going." The boy looked at the stream more closely, watching as the water flowed around a large rock. He thought for a moment. "But what if I make the wrong decision? What if I go in the wrong direction?" Grandpa placed a hand on the boy's shoulder. "You will make mistakes, my boy. We all do. But mistakes aren't failures, they're lessons. Just like the water flows around rocks, you'll learn to flow around your mistakes too. You may not always know the right path, but if you keep moving forward, you'll find your way." The boy nodded slowly, his eyes now reflecting a new understanding. As the boy stood by the stream, he realized that life wasn't about having a perfect plan or making flawless choices. It was about learning to adapt, to move around obstacles, and to keep going, no matter what. The boy looked up at his grandfather with a new sense of clarity. "Thank you, Grandpa. I think I understand now. It's not about always knowing the right decision. It's about moving forward, even when I don't know what's ahead." Grandpa smiled proudly. "Exactly, my boy. And remember, the journey itself is just as important as the destination. Every decision, every step you take, is part of what shapes you into who you're meant to be." The boy smiled, feeling lighter and more at peace. He watched the stream for a moment, feeling ready to face whatever comes next. Life, like the stream, may not always follow a clear path. But with each decision you make, whether it leads to smooth waters or rocky terrain, you'll learn and grow. Keep moving forward, embrace the journey, and trust that the right path will reveal itself. Sometimes, the most important thing in life is to trust the process, even when the road ahead is uncertain. As long as you keep moving forward, you'll always find your way.